Hi everybody, Linda Watson here, your independent Norwex sales consultant. I'm going to talk to you today about our Safe Haven 5 set. Now this set here is a great starter kit for anybody who first of all has never experienced Norwex, or for those of you who have purchased the Enviro cloth and the window cloth and love how it takes care of your windows and your mirrors, but realize that you need to do a little bit more to do the rest of your home. Okay, so anyways, with these 5 products alone, you can do anywhere between 85 and 95% of your house cleaning with just water. So there are 5 products in the set, as I mentioned, and the first one is our Enviro cloth. So this is where it all started, and this is 2020, and it started over 25 years ago in Norway with our Enviro cloth. So usually when I ask people, have you heard of Norwex or have you used Norwex? Everybody's like, oh yes, I love those cloths for my windows or my mirrors. So people think of that as the greatest thing for their windows and their mirrors, but I want to let you know that this Enviro cloth will clean everything. So I tell everybody to use this as their first line of defense. If you have a wine spill on your carpet, um, go for your Enviro cloth first. So it's something that will remove everything from the surface. It's not going to remove everything from every surface, so we do have some other products that we can talk about another time that will give you that just a little bit of extra oomph for that. But the Enviro cloth is your first line of defense. Okay, so the Enviro cloth is a high quality microfiber cloth, and I know that you can buy microfiber cloths in the store. So what sets ours apart from the ones that are in the store? The ones that are in the store are regulated by the government to, and they have to be at least 1/6 of a strand of hair fine, the fiber in the cloth. Then they can put the word microfiber on the outside of the packaging and put it on the shelves, okay? So 1/6 of a strand of hair is very fine, and it's kind of hard to imagine. But the Norwex microfiber cloths and the microfiber in any of our cloths is actually 1/200th of a strand of hair fine. So that's almost impossible to imagine. 1/200th of a strand of hair fine is really, really fine. And in this one cloth alone, there is over 3 million meters of microfiber in the one cloth. So if I were to give you one end and I took the other end, I'd walk away from you and head south. And we're in St. Catharines, close to Niagara Falls, Ontario right now. I would end up in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's a lot of fiber in one cloth. So it's actually the size of the fiber, the amount of the fiber that's in there, and the unique weave of it that does the cleaning. So your typical way of cleaning a surface is to spray something on, and that's what those cloths at the store are used with, is a product. You spray the product on, you take the cloth and you wipe it around and you try and kill what's on the surface and get rid of it. But what you do is you leave behind residue behind, and in most cases it is a chemical residue, which is dangerous not only for your health but also for the environment, and it actually attracts dust. So Norwex's way of cleaning is a mechanical way of cleaning. So what it does is it removes everything from the surface. So therefore you're not leaving behind anything, any residue. There are no toxins involved because you use it only with water. Um, and yeah, and you can remove up to 99% of the bacteria with just water, but with proper use and care. So we're going to talk about that as well today too. Okay, so this is the new one. The one that I'm going to do my little demo with is the one that I purchased 7 years ago this past January. I still use it at every single one of my demos. Actually, at that time, it only had 2.9 millimeters of microfiber. They've improved, like added the amount of microfiber in them since then. And you might be able to see that there's a little catch in this one. That happened in May of 2013. So this gets used constantly for all of my demos with lipstick and Vaseline and raw chicken, and I just keep on washing it and reusing it, and it works amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just apply some lipstick to the window, and I'm also going to apply some Vaseline. Now the lipstick represents waxy buildup on furniture, and the Vaseline represents greasy fingerprints. I'm just going to turn the camera and hopefully you can see it okay. So I hope you can see it right there on the window. So now when you use the cloth, you're going to use it flat and just like this, folded, okay, and straight like that. So now you're just going to take the cloth and wipe it off, and then take your window cloth afterwards and just dry it off. And there you go. So what you have left is no streaks, no residue left behind, and you didn't use anything toxic. Okay, it makes it very, very simple. It replaces all those paper towels, newspapers, vinegar, whatever it is that you've been using in the past. Some people don't use the toxic chemical products, but they've tried to do things green and clean. And but this one is so much easier. You don't have to worry about buying those products. You just have your cloth and water. That's all you have. Now what I used here was actually, it was a limited edition cloth that I love because it's got beautiful birds on it. But when you purchase it as in the set, you're going to get the purple one here, and that's called our window cloth. Now the window cloth is something that you can use by itself. If, for example, if you're getting out of the shower and the windows are just, you know, you've got the steam on them and everything, you can just take this and dry it off, and you've actually cleaned your bathroom mirror at the same time. You can use it on glass tabletops or anything like that that just have dusts or fingerprints or whatever. You can use this, take a spray bottle, spray that, and just use this window cloth for anything that's shiny. But usually we use the two of them as a pair. So they are called, if you just bought those two by themselves, they're called a basic package. And those two there are like Bert and Ernie. So you use this one to do the dirty work, and you use the window cloth to do the finishing up and the polishing. Okay, so they're amazing, and they will remove up to 99% of bacteria. The other thing that makes it different, I don't think I mentioned this already, is that it has the microsilver inside the fiber, and that microsilver will take care of cleaning the cloth. It has nothing to do with cleaning the surface. When they first made the Enviro cloth, there wasn't any silver in it, so it still did the same job cleaning, but now they've added the microsilver that's embedded right into the fiber itself, and it is the thing that will self-purify the cloth. So what you do after you've finished cleaning a dirty job like that is you would take your cloth and you would rinse it under the hot water tap and rub it against itself like this to release and open up the fibers and release all the bacteria down the drain. But if some of the bacteria got left behind in there, then the silver would go to work, and it would stop it from, or inhibit the growth of bacteria, mold, and mildew in the cloth, so then you don't get that stinky cloth. So those are the first two products. That was the Enviro cloth and the window cloth. The third product is the dust mitt. Now the dust mitt is the same microfiber, the 1/200th of a strand, but it has a different weave. You can see that it's more plush, and it will trap the dust. So what I recommend before you use the dust mitt is to just give it a good rub like that against itself, just to charge it up a little bit, because it uses electrostatic thing to pick up the dust. You can just go ahead and dust a surface, whatever surface you're dusting. Some people buy two, they go around and dust the legs on chairs and all the rest of it, and then flip it around to the other hand so that they can use a clean side. Now, when you get it full of dust, then you just take it outside, give it a good bang against the wall outside, get rid of your frustrations, and get rid of the dust out of here, and then just keep on going. This can be reused and reused and reused, the same as the Enviro cloth and the window cloth. You can, as a tip, you can wet the thumb. Just wet this so that if you have, like my grandkids, and they might have left something sticky on the coffee table when I went to dust that, then this wet thumb would take care of the sticky stuff. The other thing you can do is actually wet the whole mitt itself and use it to clean your window screens without taking them out. That saves a real hassle, and it makes them sparkle. I just recommend giving a little squirt, a mist of moisture water before you do that, just so that when you hit the screen, if it's really dusty, I had that happen once, and my screen was so dusty that it just went flying all over. So if you just give it a little mist first, and then take your wet dust mitt and do that, then it works very well. Now, the fourth product in there is our laundry detergent. So we have either the powder detergent or a liquid detergent. That's just the sample size right there. But our liquid detergent is enzyme powered, and our powder detergent is just a really highly concentrated. They're both highly concentrated. They take care of cleaning your clothes and your microfiber, and they don't have, it's a lot of what isn't in the products that is what's so good about our detergent. It's very highly concentrated, so you have to use very little. If you have a high efficiency machine, half a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of this will do the trick. And even for your biggest, dirtiest load, 2 teaspoons, so it goes a long way. And Norwex has a no-no list of all the ingredients that they won't use. This is just a little pocket-sized one that I give to people when they come to a demonstration, and it shows what's not in there. That's what's really important about this. So if you have anybody with allergies or asthma or any issues at all, skin irritations or anything like that, they would be the perfect candidate for this. And what's really good about this is that when you're using it to clean your microfiber, you know for sure that you're not putting anything in there that's going to coat the fibers. So we highly recommend that you use our detergent with your microfiber, because if you're investing in the microfiber, you want to make sure you're taking care of it properly. If you decide not to purchase it, then please be sure that you use something that's environmentally friendly and doesn't have all the additives and everything, okay? Because what will happen is over time, the fibers will get coated and with those things that are in there that are not good for the environment, your health, or the fabric actually, and then it won't work as effectively, and the silver won't be able to work the way it should work. Okay, so that's our detergent, and you have the choice when you buy this set of 5 products to choose either the liquid or the powder detergent. And then the 5th one, so we have number 1's Enviro, number 2 is Window, number 3 is Dust Mitt, number 4 is the detergent, number 5 is our cleaning paste. Now this is a little mini version that comes in a starter kit when you first decide to open up your own account and become someone who shares the products with others. They give you a little mini size like this, but the regular size that comes in this kit is considerably bigger, and it lasts people at least 2 years, at least even for me who's using it for demos and all the rest of it. This is the best thing if you have a glass stovetop. What we call it is our elbow grease in a jar. It is like a chalk. When you say paste, it sounds like it's something that is wet, but it's not actually. So what you would do is you would take your damp Enviro cloth and you would just rub it like that until you have about that much on the cloth. This is what I would use to clean my glass stovetop, or anything really that when I sell people the cleaning paste, I give them a sheet with all different uses that you can use it for. That's just one of those things where if you try, remember I said this is your first line of defense. So if for some reason the Enviro cloth didn't work by itself, then you could try adding the cleaning paste to that, and it would just give that little extra oomph to get rid of like rust and all that kind of stuff, and the glass stovetop, things that are on there, the bottom of pots, your stainless steel sink, your running shoes, if you get a scuff mark on them, the inside of your car door. It just goes on and on and on. Outdoor furniture. There's so many uses for it. So really, with these 5 products, you will replace so many things, and you will save so much money and so much time, because you saw how quickly I was able to get that window clean without any streaks or without anything left behind. It's just something that will change your life, actually. It's changed mine. And I think that you will really enjoy and be very, very happy with your investment. Just think of it this way, that you would be going and spending the money anyways on products. So why not spend the money on something that you know is safe for you and for your family? This is in February of 2020, and it just yesterday, I think, a report came out about the effects of chemical cleaners in the house on infants. And they said those who are exposed to them in the first 3 months have a considerably higher incidence of asthma and wheezing and all the rest of it, because they spend a lot of their time in the house, and in your house is a toxic soup of all the cleaners that you have. I think the average home has about 62 toxic chemicals in it, and there it becomes just like a soup in the air. So you don't want your little ones to be exposed to that, or yourself. So I know that there's a lot of cancer in my family, And my whole mission is to show as many people as possible and get as many people as possible to know that they have a choice. They don't have to use those cleaners that have been advertised to us and pushed to us for years now, and they were convenient and all the rest of it, but actually I find that's way more convenient and a lot easier, and it takes way less time, and my house stays cleaner much longer because I'm removing everything from the surface. I'm not leaving residue behind. And I'm so happy that I found out about it. I wish I had found out about it a long time ago when our grandson lived with us for the first couple of years and of his life, and I would babysit him quite a bit, and when I'd give him a snack, I'd put him in his high chair. I was going to say wheelchair. Put him in his high chair, and then I would take one of those wipes and I would clean it off, thinking that I had killed the germs on the surface. So now I know that what I did was I applied chemicals to the surface, and I didn't kill what was there, because if you read carefully on that package, and see the little asterisks and take a look at what's on the back of the package, you'll find that, first of all, it doesn't kill all bacteria. It will name the kinds of bacteria that it kills. And secondly, you have to leave the surface between some of the different ones. It depends on the brand. They say anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes. You have to leave that surface visibly wet for 4 to 10 minutes for it to actually kill the bacteria. And then after that, it says to thoroughly rinse it prior to putting any food, like if you're going to be using it for food, that surface for food preparation. So anyways, I was feeding my grandson chemicals, and I want to make sure that other people are aware that even though I thought I was being very diligent and doing something that was going to help him stay healthy, I was actually doing the opposite. So Norwex is the answer. Please share this with everybody that you can possibly think of. Think of who deserves to know that they have a choice and they don't have to use those toxins. And that's what it's all about. So Safe Haven 5 set. If you're interested in more information about that, please contact me. And my website is www.lindawatson.norwex.biz. Okay, thanks. Have a good day.